Sports Talk Chicago, Jon Zaghloul. Great to have all of you here with us. Big shout out to all of our great radio and TV affiliates. WKAN 105.5 The Ticket, ACTV, WJOB, Gen TV and Cities 92.9 Talk FM. I'm Jon Zaghloul. John Meadows is directing and producing. Final segment of today's program. If you missed any of it, including a really fun interview with Armando Salguero, senior NFL writer, Pro Football Hall of Fame voter as well, at Outkick and Fox News, go back and podcast it, sportstalkchicago.com. You can follow us all over at Sports Talk Chicago on social media, and you could find us on YouTube. Watch the show on YouTube at Sports Talk Chicago. On the road to 19,000 subscribers. We're about 300 away, so every subscription and every like, all that good stuff really matters, and we appreciate all of your support and help. So, final segment of today's program. The Bears have kind of a big game this weekend. Did you know they're getting the A-team on CBS for it? Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, they're going to be even calling this game between an 8-8 Packers team and a, 7-9 Bears team? You might wonder, why are they doing that? Well, it's because the Packers, if they win, make the playoffs. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they don't have a foot in the room in terms of playoff stuff, but they do in terms of, if they win, what does that mean? Does it change anything in terms of Justin Fields, Matt Eberflus, Ryan Poles, and how things are going to play out? Now, I want to break down, first of all, who the Packers are and what they've been throughout this season. We remember them in Week 1. That was tough. Jordan Love played out of his mind, and Jordan Love this season, to his credit, has been an amazing quarterback. I can't say anything bad about him. He has 30 touchdowns. He's going to have 4,000 yards. You won't want to hear me say it, but I'm going to say it. He's a better quarterback than Justin Fields. He is. Can't argue with it. Jordan Love is 3,800 passing yards as of right now, 30 touchdowns, 11 picks, 94 passer rating. He's 8-8. This was a team that was supposed to be 4-13 this year. They were supposed to do nothing this year. And once again, Green Bay finds a way to get it done. And I think Jordan Love, based on this season, is by far the quarterback of their future. I've seen enough to know, yep, he's the guy. 30 touchdowns, 11 picks in this guy's essentially rookie year. That's unbelievably impressive. Hats off to him. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to hear it or not, it's the truth. Hats off to him for such a great rookie, quote-unquote, season. A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones have been added on the ground. The Bears are going to have a tough time defending them. And by the way, one more thing, too. The Packers' leading receivers as of today are Jaden Reed with 681 and Romeo Doubs with 674 in terms of receiving yards. Christian Watson is 422. My point being, he has no weapons whatsoever. Nothing. But I don't hear people saying the Packers need to stock the team up with weapons. I don't hear people clamoring and crying, saying that Jordan Love is getting an unfair shake because he doesn't have any weapons. No, he's making the best of the situation. They're 8-8. They're fighting for a playoff spot, and they shouldn't have been here at all. That's a testament, believe it or not, to Jordan Love, to the coaching staff, to the organization, and to all of these role players who've come together to do their very best throughout the season. That's impressive. That's impressive. The Bears, meanwhile, they have something to play for, don't they? 7-9, Matt Eberflus. The Bears, believe it or not, have the 20th best defense overall in terms of points given up, but their rush defense is first in football, still tied for first. Justin Fields enters action at 5-7 overall as a quarterback, 16 touchdowns, 9 picks, and 86 passer rating. He is the team's leading rusher, though, at 630 yards. Khalil Herbert behind him at 583. So Fields might get to around 700 at the end of the year, which is a great number for a quarterback, considering that he missed, 3-4 games? That's nice. Khalil Herbert and Roschon Johnson probably going to get some carries. Deontay Foreman was a healthy scratch last week. He'll probably be the same here. And then obviously, DJ Moore, the big target for the Bears on offense, 1,300 receiving yards. Super impressive season for him. Certainly a great acquisition by Ryan Poles. And Cole Kmet also approaching 700. He might get to 800 by the end of this season. Surprising. This is Cole Kmet's best season ever. I didn't expect that. But the Bears are going to have a lot to determine and a lot to see in terms of how this game plays out. I want to address something here, too. I was talking about this with John before the show. If anybody thinks that one game or a win against the Packers to knock them out of playoff contention is going to change the Bears' minds in terms of evaluation, I'll stop you right there. One game is not going to determine everything. We got people out there saying, well, if the Bears win, then everyone stays, and if they lose, everyone's going to get fired. No, that's not how it works. This is going to be a full, thorough evaluation process in terms of Eberflus and Fields that evaluates their entire body of work. Because it'd be dumb for the Bears to say, well, you beat the Packers, everybody could stay. I know it's a big pride thing, rivalry, blah, blah, blah. But if you decide to justify everything and put everything on one game and just completely neglect the past 16, then you'd be a dummy. Right? We can't sit here and say, well, if the Bears win, everybody stays. That's kind of dumb, right? I've seen people say that. I've seen people write it, which I really can't even believe that. I would never write that. I mean, that makes no sense. Why? Why would you do that? So we'll see how this one plays out. In terms of predictions, I actually do believe the Bears will win it. I just got that feeling. You know, I think Justin Fields is going to go out on top in terms of staying or going. And I feel like, especially if they win, everyone's going to get so angry that Ryan Poles is going to maybe cave to public opinion. So I do think that they're going to win this game. And I think they may eliminate Green Bay from playoff contention. Maybe Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love's going to have a flat game. Hope I'm wrong. Or, I mean, I hope I'm right. I hope I'm wrong. But I don't think Jordan Love is going to come out ready. You know, for Jordan Love, you got to remember this too. This is a big game for him. You know, we've talked about already his accolades as a quarterback. Can he come through in the biggest game of his young career and deliver Green Bay a playoff appearance? I don't know if he's going to be ready for that task yet. And frankly, that's too much to ask for a rookie. Way too much pressure for a rookie. If he does it, it's by far exceeding expectations. If he doesn't, he shouldn't get any criticism or negativity. He's had a great year nonetheless. So in terms of prediction, it's going to be in Green Bay at Lambeau Field. I think the Bears will pull this one out. I think the final score is going to be 24-20 Bears win. 24-20 Bears are going to win this game, in my opinion. I think they're going to pull this one out. I think they are going to shock the world. I think this is going to make things difficult for Ryan Poles. It shouldn't, but it will because public opinion. And I think they're going to find a way to pull this one off. 24-20. I want to take some time here, too, to read off some super chats. We got some super chats. So for those on the radio who don't know what that is, you go to YouTube. You could donate a certain amount of money and become a super chatter. So we got one from C. Rich, first of all. $10 donation, which we appreciate. He said, I think Penix will end up being the guy from this draft. I say we keep Fields and pick up his 5th year, trade back for a haul, grab Penix, let him sit for Fields' 4th year, trade Fields on the 5th year option. I think that's a heck of an idea. And I have no issue with that at all. Now, people are going to find controversy with it, but I have no problem with the Bears drafting somebody and putting Fields' feet to the fire. Seriously. Give him some competition then. If you're going to keep him around and you're going to sit here and justify him being the worst fourth quarter quarterback in football. Right? If you're going to justify it by keeping him, force him to compete. And that's a great idea, C. Rich. Zachary Hawley said, for $5, man, we just need to get rid of Fields and go shopping for another QB. I'm tired of QBs getting paid that don't pan out. Something Chicago would do, a la Daniel Jones in New York. Same thing. And oh, really, for $5, said you can't blame a child for not putting up their toys when they haven't been taught. And you know what? That's a fair point, too. I enjoy the discourse and I enjoy the debate. Somebody said this a couple of weeks ago. I was listening to a show, and they said it's astounding that everybody watches one quarterback. Everybody watches the same guy, the same snaps, the same games, and they have two polar opposite opinions. That's what makes the NFL fun. And that's what makes this show fun and the public forum of debate and discussion fun. If you really think Justin Fields should stay and is an elite quarterback, hey, you could prove it. But I could prove the opposite too. And that's what makes it fun to discuss, which is something I enjoy. And I appreciate all of those super chats and all of those comments from everybody. See Rich, Oh Really, and Zachary Hawley specifically. You guys got shout-outs on the radio. You guys are famous. On that note, it's going to be time to conclude today's program. Big thank you to John Meadows directing and producing. Big thank you to Armando Salguero for hopping on in, giving up some great insights on the Bears and national NFL news. Devin Hester's Pro Football Hall of Fame situation, that's really cool as well. Please follow us all over at Sports Talk Chicago. If you missed any part of this show, hit us up at sportstalkchicago.com or any of your podcasting platforms, and follow us on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the like button, and join us for the final game of the season. We're going to be live for the Bears-Packers game on our YouTube channel. Hang out with us for about 4 hours and enjoy the viewing experience with us. One more shout-out to all of our great radio and TV affiliates, WKAN 105.5 The Ticket, ACTV, WJOB, Jet TV, and Cities 92.9 Talk FM. We'll see you Sunday. Last game of the Bears season. Don't miss it. Like it or not, you're going to love it. It's Sports Talk Chicago. Jon Zaghloul. So long. We'll see you next time.